man, I hope we are getting some young audience members who maybe are like, I don't know about baseball. Man, it is nothing like playoff baseball. No time limit. You just know 9 innings. Hey, somebody's got to win. Hey, may go to extra innings. It is just an amazing, amazing series. And we're having two of the best National League Championship Series and American League Championship Series. Let me just set the table before I send it over to Rad, man. Can't believe it, man. The Astros were down 2-0, left for dead against the Texas Rangers, in-state rivalry. And Texas was up 2-0 and then turn around. And now Houston has won 3 straight now to make sure that they are in not complete control, but in pretty good control right now. They had a top of the 9th 3-run home run that I need to talk about. Jose Altuve. That dude is amazing, even with the little cheating scandal with the buzzer that he had going on 2 years ago when they were cheating, got caught cheating. But hey, if you in sports, you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, right? University of Michigan and all them other haters who now want to call on Jim Harbaugh about supposedly stealing signs, but that's another subject for a different segment here. But the Houston Astros now have won 3 straight. They are so great on the road, better road team. They actually have a .667 winning percentage on the road in playoff action. That is insane to say you win 2 out of your 3 games on the road. And they done put 3 straight on the Texas Rangers there in Arlington. And then it got a little testy last night, Rad, man. They ejected our man Dusty Baker. Shout out to him, man. People said they thought he wasn't a great manager back with those Barry Bond days with the Angels, man. I'm glad to see our man Dusty Baker still doing it. Garcia hit a big home run, man. So overall, Rad, I'm passing to you on this one. But just to let everybody know, the Rangers are now down 3-2 to the Astros, where the action shifts back for the next game and potentially a Game 7 in Houston. Astros are up 3-2 in the best-of-7 series. Rad, man, what are you seeing in that Astros-Rangers series?
What I'm seeing, what I thought I might see, and I can't believe I'm seeing it. I took the over every game, 8, 9 runs. 8. It started at 8.
Win some money, people, not just football. Win some money.
Win some money. I hope you were following me because I was telling you take the over in the early games. I lost with the Astros the first 2. Astros on the road. They own that stadium, that brand new ballpark. They own it. I mean, they done won 9 out of 10 games in that ball. That's unheard of to win 9 out of 10 games in a visiting ballpark. But it must fit them really well because Dusty Baker said he can't figure it out. He said it ain't no. And the best thing about this series, you got Bruce Bochy, the manager of the Texas Rangers, 68 years old. You have Dusty Baker, 74 years old. And a lot of our listeners out here, like myself, I remember when both of those guys played. I remember Bruce Bochy as a catcher with the Padres and several other teams. He was a very good catcher. Something about catchers. They seem to do well as managers in Major League Baseball. Dusty Baker, a great outfielder with those championship World Series winning teams with the LA Dodgers in the outfield. Him, Reggie Smith, Ron Say, all of those guys. Lopez, second. Oh, man, they had Steve Garvey at first. Man, they just had an all-star lineup. The LA Dodgers and Yankees used to get it on back in the early 80s, late 70s, early 80s. Dusty Baker. No analytics in this series. It's pure managing, eyeball test. He saw Chapman came out there. When he walked that guy, he said, oh, hell no. Wait a minute. I don't like what I see with this cat. He jumped right out the dugout. He said, yo, call down there. Make sure he's ready. We're going to stall a little bit. He went right out there and pulled Chapman and said, no, man. He got the first 2 outs. But then when he got the guy, he said, nah, man. The analytics say stay in the game. Nah, man. You take analytics and leave that in the waste paper basket. You get rid of that. You see the eyeball test. He was worried about him. Altuve almost put it out on the next pitcher, but he hit it all the way to the wall where the outfielder made the catch right there at the 372 mark. But then in the 9th inning, when he switched and kept Leclerc in, I said, oh, man, Leclerc, he got a gas can every time he go to the mound. He carrying a gas can. It's just wonder, is he going to light it or what and blow up on the mound? And that's what he did. He came out there, single, a base hit, a walk. Here come Altuve again. What you going to do, Leclerc? Are you going to try to fool him? Altuve went down low and just drilled that ball out the ball, just out the outstretched arms of that outfielder who had robbed him most of that series so far there. Hit it out, take a 5-4 lead. Then you turn around, Presley comes in, have a little trouble. But the Astros, cool as a cucumber, man, came with a nice defensive catch by the shortstop. Then they came with 2 flyouts. Game is over. Game, set, and match. 5-4. Astros win. 3-2. Sunday night, 8 o'clock. They'll be back in Houston where they haven't won. Neither team has won. The home team has not won in this series yet. I'm concerned, very concerned about that. Can the Astros break that slump and win at least one game, one of the next 2 games at home? Fanatic, it's going to be very interesting to see how this series plays out. But the Rangers, their bullpen, those guys carry gas cans out to the mound. Aroldis Chapman. Oh, man, I want to hit against let me get Chapman. Give me a baseball bat. I'm ready to swing off on him, man. He throwing that ball starting to slow down a little bit now with Aroldis Chapman. It's slowing down immensely the speed of his ball, and you can see he's not accurate. He can't seem to keep it over the plate, Fanatic.
Come on, this is why the Yankees finally let him go. I'm still on my fire, Brian Cashman. Sorry, folks, I don't want to call for people's jobs. I want people to collect their check. But Brian Cashman got enough money, he can do something else in the Yankees organization. Fire Brian Cashman and have him do a different job. But I must say, he did do a good job with having Aroldis Chapman get off the Yankee team. Because, man, he would come out there in New York, it'd be 50 degrees. He'd be just sweating everywhere. And you talk about a gas can. Hey, he reminded me, now this is a throwback to all my New Yorkers who were listening for the Mets. There used to be their closer used to be this Armando Benitez. Man, he would either strike you out on 9 pitches with that nasty splitter, slider, and he was one of the first hard-throwing folks at 98, 99, big man coming off that mound downhill. Man, he would strike out the side on 9 pitches, or man, he would be out there and it would be like 25 pitches, all balls, man, just walking in a run. You never knew what you were going to get with Benitez. Chapman wasn't like that, but Chapman he was the first flamethrower at 101. Now everybody's throwing 99, 100, 101, and his slider is just okay, and his splitter, he is not accurate. So, yeah, I feel bad for Chapman. But, hey, it wasn't all on him. LaCroix gave it up, and sometimes it's not the who do we blame. It should really be maybe the other team and the other player was just better. That's the whole thing about sports. It's about the art of competition. And, man, that Jose Altuve, as a Yankee fan, man, he has killed us so many times. And, yes, they cheated. But, man, that dude is literally great. It reminds me of the Tom Brady. Hey, Tom Brady, Deflategate, whatever you want to say. He was better after Deflategate, man. And so Jose Altuve, just want to shout him out. And that got me to thinking, Rad, man. 2 questions here. Is Jose Altuve the best modern-day shortstop since the Red Machine stalwart Joe Morgan, Rad, man? I know some people maybe argue Roberto Alomar, maybe Jeff Kent, Craig Biggio, but, man, this is Altuve. I don't want to be president of the moment. You're the aficionado, Rad, man. What say you?
Minus the cheating scandal, Jose Altuve is a player. He's a future Hall of Famer. What he's showing, because they're not as good as they were last year. They were hitting on all cylinders last year. This year they got a lot of bumps in the road, and including here in the playoffs. And Altuve was clutch. They hit that home run, and he almost hit a home run the previous 2 times at bat before it. And his defensive play is superb. But I still go with my boy, Roberto Alomar, 92-93 Toronto Blue Jays. Roberto Alomar was a magician with the glove. I mean, he could just make plays and stop. And then if you needed a home run, if you needed a double or a single, it just seemed like he would choke up on the bat and just drill that ball for a base hit, driving the go-ahead run. He was the heart and soul of that team. Joe Carter won the 93 World Series with the home run everybody remembers. But Roberto Alomar, he's definitely the greatest second baseman, I would say, of all time. Altuve going to definitely be in that class because he's continuing to play very well. He has a very good glove, very good defensively, high baseball IQ. He knows what he needs to do. And when he went down and got that ball last night, got down low and hit that ball out, and he was 0 for 4 in the previous series early at home. But can he hit at home? Man, that's interesting to see. Can Altuve duplicate it at home and win at least one game coming home? Garcia, he gets hit with the ball. He wants to fight Maldonado. I know. So why didn't you run out there and try to jump on the pitcher? That's the guy who will hit you, man. Why you want to fight? Maldonado don't want to fight nobody, man. He's a cool, he's our catcher. He's calm and relax. But you going to try to jump on him like that, man. Oh, man, I wish the bench is empty. No punches, a little bit of pushing and shoving, but I would not be surprised to see a bench clearing brawl in one of these next 2 games because these teams have already had bench clearing brawls earlier this season. This is like the 3rd or 4th time the bench has done empty between the Rangers and the Astros. So it's a lot of bad blood there. Garcia, the Cuban guy, I guess he didn't like the Puerto Rican guy, and man, he gonna try to jump on him, but he didn't go to the mound. Why didn't he go to the mound?
Because he knew, because Maldonado and him have had history, man. They've been talking to each other. Maldonado, and I loved it. They did chronicle it 2 years ago. Maldonado, you coming through for a home run, most catchers back the heck up. Not Maldonado was like standing in between, he was standing in between the next person who was coming up after Garcia and home plate. So Garcia stepped on home plate, looked up. Maldonado was right there. He trying to go celebrate and do his handshake with his teammate. Maldonado acting like, oh, my bad. I'm just happy to be standing here. Nah, Maldonado, you're supposed to back it up. So this has been brewing like a good coffee bean here in Louisiana. This is, I wouldn't be surprised either, Rad, man. I could definitely see that coming.
If he would have took his mask off, he probably would have offed him. He probably would have iced that jaw. He probably would have got that jaw iced last night because, man, he was hot, man.
And to me, I didn't think he needed to be thrown out, but I do like that my man Yordan Alvarez was a big peacemaker, even because Yordan Alvarez, the big Greek god. We had our Houston Astros reporter on early in the season, and she talked about Yordan Alvarez, the big left fielder for the Astros, home run hitter. He played for the Astros, but he was getting in between and trying to calm down Garcia for the Texas Rangers.